Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Eli5 back at you guys with another video, and oh boy, did we just get some news. Now, just about a week ago, Montrezl Harrell, he used to play for the Clippers, but now that's in the past now because he left the Los Angeles Clippers in free agency in order to join the Los Angeles Clippers rivals, the Los Angeles Lakers, for a 2-year deal. So, despite the Clippers losing Montrezl Harrell, are the Clippers done? What does this all mean for the Los Angeles Clippers? Now, last season, the Clippers acquired Paul George and Kawhi Leonard added on to the Los Angeles Clippers roster, and just after that, the Clippers were automatically seen as favorites by many NBA fans to win the 2019-2020 NBA championship. But obviously, as the season went on, that wasn't the case at all. So throughout the whole NBA season, it was clear that the Clippers had a variety of chemistry issues, and this, in my opinion, is the main reason as to why Montrezl Harrell left the Clippers in free agency in order to join the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I know every Lakers fan right now, they're jumping up and down in tears of joy because they just acquired Montrezl Harrell, who was a 6th man of the year last season and was able to give the Clippers a consistent 18 points per game off the bench. And now that he's on the Lakers, that just provides the Lakers with more firepower off the bench. And every NBA team that has a player like Montrezl Harrell, or like any player that scores a lot off the bench, it's a really big increase and a big upgrade in scoring wise for the bench, and that's something every NBA team should have, in my opinion. Now, for the Los Angeles Clippers, that's obviously a very bad thing because the Los Angeles Clippers, they, like I said, Montrezl Harrell was a 6th man of the year, and losing a player like Montrezl Harrell, who is literally in your rotation every single night, that's gonna have to hurt a lot of things in your rotation, and I really don't know where the Clippers go from here, to be honest. Right now, looking at the Los Angeles Clippers roster, as we already know, they still have Lou Williams, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George, really great players all together, but that isn't the point I'm trying to get at. Like I said, Montrezl Harrell probably, I'm assuming he left the Clippers due to the chemistry issues. So my point is this going to be an ongoing collapse for the Los Angeles Clippers? Are players just going to continuously leave in the Los Angeles Clippers over and over again due to the same chemistry issues, or are the Los Angeles Clippers going to be able to fix the chemistry issues and actually play together as a team collectively and calmly? And the thing that makes this whole thing worse for the Los Angeles Clippers is the fact that they're literally stuck in one area, because as you already know, or if you don't know already, in order for the Clippers to get Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they had to literally trade a majority, if not all, of their first-round picks to other teams. Most importantly, the Oklahoma City Thunder literally traded Paul George to the Clippers in order to acquire a majority of their picks. And if this whole experiment doesn't work with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George eventually leave this franchise in free agency due to the lack of chemistry for the team, it's not like the Clippers can like draft high or like get a high pick in a draft, because they literally traded all of their picks away in order to acquire these two players in the first place anyway. So it's like they're stuck in one area, and they just have to hope that they're able to win now, or win as soon as possible before their championship window closes eventually. We all know Paul George is getting older, we all know Kawhi Leonard is getting older, so due to that standpoint, we all know that these two superstars, they're gonna want to win a couple rings before they retire, because if they don't win a couple rings on this franchise, they're gonna want to leave to go somewhere else in order to contend somewhere else if they're not gonna be able to fix the chemistry issues. Because be real, if you were a player on an NBA team, would you want to stick around on a team that can't solve the chemistry problems? Like me personally, if I was an NBA player, if I was Kawhi Leonard and Paul George facing the same chemistry issues on the Los Angeles Clippers, I wouldn't want to stay in that environment too. Like it's not a realistic thing for an NBA player to stay on one team if nothing gets improved in that standpoint at all. So the Clippers really got to figure out a way to handle this situation, and I really don't know how they're going to handle it, but they got to think of something fast. So overall, in order to conclude this topic as a whole, what does this all mean for the Los Angeles Clippers franchise and organization? So coming from myself and my personal opinion, the Clippers they already have enough talent for them to win a championship, in my opinion. But if they don't solve the chemistry problems they currently have, all that talent is not gonna matter. Their big time players are gonna probably most likely leave the Clippers like Montrezl Harrell did when they become free agents, or either request a trade to be traded from the Clippers due to the organization not being able to fix this whole issue as a whole. And players aren't gonna want to stick around this franchise unless something gets solved. I'm just being real, because if I'm around a toxic environment non-stop and I want to win a championship, I'm not gonna want to stick around a franchise like that. I'm not trying to throw any shots to the Clippers. I'm just trying to see if they're gonna be able to solve something as soon as possible in order to solidify their chance in order to win their first organization franchise NBA championship. By all means, every single thing that I've mentioned in this video could potentially be all wrong. The Clippers can potentially resolve these issues in a short amount of time and possibly win a championship one of these years. But as of right now, I'm pretty sure that a lot, or if not a lot, all NBA fans can agree with me when I say that the Clippers have a big problem and they are in need of resolving it as soon as possible. But other than that, that will be the end of today's video. In order for me to conclude, I just have to say one thing. It just sucks that the Clippers are dealing with these problems right now, because me personally, I had the Clippers winning it all last year too, just like any other NBA fan had, or like majority of NBA fans had. But it's like, it just all sucks. It's all gonna suck if the Los Angeles Clippers don't win a championship at all, having the roster that we have. And it's just something that we're just gonna have to wait and see. We're just gonna have to wait and see what the Clippers do in a few years in order for them to solidify their championship window. So it's just all a waiting process at this point. But other than that, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. I will greatly appreciate it. I'm out. Peace.